Namaste. Welcome to your daily yoga practice. This is a simple, steady flow without any vinyasas, a practice that you can come back to again and again. We won't be needing any props for today's class, and whenever you're ready, come into a comfortable seat. Sukhasana is where we'll start. Rolling the shoulders up and back once, then softening the gaze or closing down the eyes. Starting by bringing awareness to the breath. Just noticing the natural flow of the breath. Taking a moment to find your posture. Hips, shoulder, head in one line. And relaxing the shoulders. Let's start with one round of cleansing breath in through the nose and sigh out through the mouth. And we begin to deepen our breath. Couple of more breaths, just like that. Final round. Slowly blink the eyes open. We'll start with simple cat and cow. So hands continue to rest on the knees. On the inhale, arch the spine, move the chest forward. Exhale, round, tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin. Continue with this flow with your eyes open or closed. Squeezing the shoulder blades. As we arch, chin can lift up, gaze can lift. Exhale, round. Couple of more. Come back to neutral spine. Let's take a side bend. So right hand comes by the side, left arm goes up, and then we side bend to the right side. Anchor down through the left leg. Just breathe. Final breath. Other side, left hand down now. Right arm goes up and over. Final round. Slowly rise up. Let's twist to the right side. So hooking the left hand outside the right knee, right hand behind you for support. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. We are aiming for 4 to 5 breaths in each posture. Without any rush. Final breath. And then unwind and twist on the other side. First lengthening and then turning the chest to the left. Soften the shoulders, the gaze. Final breath. Unwind. Let's meet in tabletop. So face any short end of the mat. Come on your hands and knees. Wrist underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. And then curl the toes. We'll flow for a few more rounds of cat and cow. This time when we arch the spine, we'll send the hips towards the heels. And then create a wave in your spine as you come into cat. Shoulders can go past the wrist. And continue with this flow. Inhale, send the hips back. Exhale, round. Forward, warming up the wrist as well. Flowing with the breath. Final round. This time send the hips back towards the heels, maintain that arch and then lift the knees, send the hips up and back. You would have to walk the feet back to find your downward facing dog. And then we'll do the same thing from our down dog to our plank. Wave forward into plank and then bend the knees, arch the spine, send the hips up and back. Then again. Then arch the spine, exhale back. Inhale, wave forward, exhale back. Couple of more. Final round. Let's hold the plank for a beat. Micro bend in the elbows, lift the kneecaps up so the quads can engage here. You can always lower the knees down if this is too much. Another breath. And then downward facing dog. You can choose to pedal out the legs in your down dog. Sway the hips side to side. And then let's hold our down dog for 3 breaths in stillness. Focusing on lengthening the spine, knees can remain soft. Final breath. Bend the knees, look towards your hands, slowly take a stroll to the top of the mat. We'll meet in forward fold, feet hip width apart or a little bit wider. You can sway side to side a little. And then come back center. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step your right foot back, low lunge. Lift the arms up. Pause. Slowly begin to open the chest. Maintaining a nice steady breath here. Final breath. Let's lower the hands down either side of the left foot. We'll edge the left foot forward and then straighten out the front leg any amount for our half split Ardha Dhanurasana. You can curl the left toes to feel a stretch in your left calf. You can stay high or fold. Final breath. Rebend the knee, lift the back knee and step the foot forward for our forward fold again. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, this time step the left foot back, low lunge. Make adjustments and then lift the arms up. Option to open the chest a little, a gentle back bend. You can always bring your hands in front of the heart. Final breath. Lower the hands down. Same thing on this side. We are going to inch our right foot forward and then straighten out the front leg. Fold any amount. Final breath. Rebend the knee, lift the back knee. This time let's step back into downward facing dog. Hold the down dog for 3 breaths again. You can always come into child's pose if you wish. Final breath. You bend the knees, make the way to the top of the mat, forward fold, half lift, inhale, exhale, fold. On the next inhale, let's lift the arms up, Urdhastasana, and then lower the hands down into Tadasana. Let's do a little balance here. So shift the weight in the right leg, we'll come into stork. Hands can come on the hips. Lift the left foot off the mat any amount and then see if you can lift it a little bit higher. Tuck the tailbone slightly and then if it feels comfortable, bring the hands in front of the heart. Gaze forward, standing nice and proud. Another breath. We'll step the left foot back for warrior one. Again, make adjustments. Back heel grounds down, toe slightly turns out and then arms lift up. If you want to challenge yourself, you can come into high lunge by lifting the back heel off the mat. So pick your variation. Final breath. Lower the hands down to frame the front foot. Turn the back toes so that they slightly face forward and then straighten both legs and fold for your pyramid. Parshvottanasana. Again, the front knee doesn't have to be completely straight. As long as you feel the stretch in the front hamstring, calf, you're good. Final breath. We'll step back into downward facing dog. Hold here for a couple of breaths. And then make your way to the top of the mat. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms reach all the way up. Exhale, lower the hands down by your side and then we'll go on the other leg. So shifting the weight in the left leg, hands can stay on the hips to begin with. Slowly find your balance, lift the right leg off the mat, any amount. Once you feel steady enough, you can bring the hands in front of the heart. If you lose balance, come back right up. It's totally fine. Final breath. Stepping the right foot back this time for your warrior one. Make adjustments. And then lengthen through the back leg, press through the heel, bend in the front knee, arms reach up, hips square to the front. Again, you have the option to lift the back heel for high lunge. Just settle down into your pose, whatever you choose. Final breath. We lower the hands down either side of the left foot, back toes slightly turn forward, and then let's make our way into Parshvottanasana. Final breath. Rebend the knee, downward facing dog. Maybe we feel a little bit more space in our hamstring, so you can edge the feet back a little more. Deepen your pose. Final breath. We'll make our way into Malasana, so you can step forward or you can always jump forward if that's available. Hands in front of the heart. If the heels don't quite reach the mat, that's totally fine. You can always lower the hands to support yourself. We'll pause here for a few breaths. Final breath. Let's transition into lizard from here. So we'll step the left foot back, lower the knee down. You can edge the right foot to the right side a little bit, make adjustments, and then pause here. So you could choose to stay high on your hands, or you could lower down on your forearms if that's available. Final breath. If you've lowered down, come back up, lifting the back knee. We'll step the left foot outside the left hand and step the right foot back for lizard on this side. Simple transition. Again, option to lower down. Just embracing all the sensations without any judgment. Final breath. Making our way into Malasana. And then we'll come into a seat. So bring your hands by your side, lower your hips down. Let's extend the legs long. I'm going to move back a little. Shithal Dandasana. Shake out the legs a little. Maybe bouncing them up and down. Pointing the toes, flexing them a couple of times. And then ankle rotations perhaps. Switching direction. Then we'll come into Baddha-Konasana, butterfly, making a diamond. If hips are tight, knees are high, heels move away from you, otherwise they stay close to you. So you decide. And then begin to flap the knees up and down. Just gentle movement. And then finding stillness in your Padkonasana, lengthen, an option to fold. If you want to make it more restorative, you can move the heels further away from you. That helps in folding the upper body a little bit more. Final round. Let's slowly rise up. We'll finish where we started in a crisscross position. So you can face the long end of the mat again. Find that comfortable seat. Resting the palms on the knees again. And softening or closing down the eyes. Soaking in the after effects of the practice, the sensations that we feel in the body and the mind and our breath. Staying in this place of stillness for a little bit longer. On the next breath, bring your hands in front of the heart. And you can bring them to your forehead, bowing, rubbing the palms into each other. And then placing the warm palms around the eyes, the face. Blinking the eyes open with a smile. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'll see you next time. Namaste.